Hello everyone, it's Wilson here. Today let's talk about finding the Maclaurin series for this given function here. And we are not going to take a lot of derivatives and try to find the series this time. It's really because we actually know the Maclaurin series for the e to the x and then also the ln of 1 plus x. And then all we need to do is to write out the first few terms for those two series and then we multiply them together like polynomials. And then we can actually find the first three non-zero terms for this Maclaurin series. So let's do that. And so first, at the beginning, we are going to just recall those two Maclaurin series right here. The first one is e to the x. So we have e to the x is actually equal to, okay, so we are going to just write it down right now. And then, so that would be x to the n over n factorial. And if you just write out the first few terms by plugging in n equals 0, n equals 1, n equals 2, n equals 3, and so on, then we are going to just get the first term to be 1, and then second term would be x over 1 factorial plus x squared over 2 factorial plus x cubed over 3 factorial. You can actually see the, we can just follow the pattern and just keep writing out the terms, right? So now we have that. And then the other one is the ln of 1 plus x, right? So we also can write down, recall the series for that. So ln of 1 plus x, we can write it as the series from n equals 1, and then it's an alternating, there is an alternating factor right here, like the 1 to the n minus 1, and then we have x to the n over n. And then right now what happens is that we are going to just get x and then minus x squared over 2 plus x cubed over 3 and then minus x to the 4th over 4 and then just keep adding. Okay, so now we actually have written down those two Maclaurin series right here. What we need to do is to, as you can see, just replace the functions by using those, right? So we are going to just start by writing it. Okay, so we have e to the x and then ln of 1 plus x. Okay, so the first one, right? As you can see here, the first one, we can actually just start writing down the series right here. So we are going to get 1 plus x over 1 factorial plus x squared over 2 factorial plus x cubed over 3 factorial and so on, right? So now we have that. And then what about the other one? The other one also copy it down right here and then multiply them together. So we have x minus x squared over 2 plus x cubed over 3 minus x to the 4 over 4 and so on. Okay, so now you know how to multiply polynomials, right? You can actually just multiply turn by turn. And so let's actually start doing that right here. So just do it step by step. And then so what happens is that we can take this one and then multiply by all that stuff, right? So take this one and then multiply by all that stuff. And then we are going to just get what? So 1 times this, actually 1 times all that stuff will just give you all that stuff, right? So we're just going to write it down. And then so we have x minus x squared over 2 plus x cubed over 3 and then minus x to the 4th over 4. And then we actually may need more terms, but we don't know yet. So we will just leave it like this for now. And then now we are going to use the second term right here and then multiply by all the stuff. This one, it's actually a good idea to simplify first before we do the multiplication. This is x over 1 factorial. 1 factorial is just 1. So we just get x right here. So this thing right here, this is really just x. So if we take the x and multiply by all that stuff, then x times x, we get what? X squared, okay? So we are going to just start writing it down, x squared. Now, instead of putting it here, it's actually a good idea to line up the like terms. It's really because if we line up the like terms, and then the next step, we can actually combine the like terms. So x times x will give us the x squared, which will give us this, it's the same like term as this one, right? So don't put it here, actually put it directly under it, right? So it's still the same line of calculation. So don't write another equal sign right here. So we are going to just get x squared. Okay, so that's that one. And then keep going. So x times negative x squared over 2, so that will give us the x cubed, so you know that would be the next term. And then there is, of course, there is a 2 in the denominator, so we are going to get negative x cubed over 2, okay, and then keep going. So x times, what is this one? x cubed, right? So we get x to the fourth, so plus x to the fourth, and then over 3. And then keep going, so x times negative x to the fourth over 4. So we are going to get, what is that? That's negative x to the fifth, and then over 4, and then plus, right? So that's that. And then actually, let's just keep going with the next one. There was the next one right here. There was the next one with this x squared over 2 factorial. 2 factorial is just 2 times 1, which is just 2. So we simply just get x squared over 2 right here, and then take this x squared over 2, multiply by all that stuff. Okay, so let's see what's going on. So we get x squared over 2 times x times x squared, we get x cubed over 2. So we get x cubed. So we got to put it here because we will just line up all the like terms as I said before, right? So we are going to get x to the third over 2. Okay, as you can see that right here. So x cubed over 2. And then just keep going. So x squared over 2 times negative x squared over 2. So we get minus x to the fourth over 4. Because 2 times 2, you get the 4. Right? So x squared, so we get x to the fourth. And then the next one, so we get x squared over 2 times positive x cubed over 3. So x squared and x cubed added together. What do we get here? We are going to get x to the fifth. So we are going to have plus x to the fifth. And then in the denominator, 2 times the 3, we are going to get what? 6. So we are just going to get the 6 here, and then minus dot dot dot. Okay, and then you may say, what about the next one? What about the next one? Let's just multiply one more. You may say, we have 3 terms already, right? We only want to find the first 3 terms right here, so maybe that's good enough. But then just to be safe, just in case, sometimes the terms will cancel out and then you get a 0 for that term, right? So then if you want the non-zero term, then you may need one more. So let's take this one and then just continue. So now what is this one? What is this one? This one is x cubed and then 3 factorial. 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1. So 3 times 2 is 6. So we are getting x to the third and then over 6, right? So we have that one and then multiply by all that stuff. So x cubed times x to the fourth over 6. So x to the fourth over 6. And then, yeah, so we get plus x to the 4 over 6. The next one, so we get x cubed over 6 times this negative x squared over 2. So x cubed times x squared, we get x to the fifth. So you know it's going to be x to the fifth with a minus sign, and then 6 and 2. So we get 12 in the denominator. So we get minus x to the fifth over 12. And then plus dot dot dot. And I'm not going to continue the calculation because we can see that this one is non-zero term. This one also non-zero. Right? So even though they're opposite signs, but they don't have the same coefficient. This one right here, this we have negative x cubed over 2, positive x cubed over 2. They cancel each other out. This one will stay, right? So, and there are no more x cubed terms anymore if you just continue, because the next one is a higher power with the x to the fourth. And when you multiply that by x, you're going to get the first term to be x to the fifth. And yeah, we actually don't need any of that right now. If we only want to find the first non-zero terms, right? First 3 actually. So here we are going to just write down the answer. So our answer, okay, would be just x right here. So just x. What about this one? This one, negative x squared over 2 plus, this one is 1. 1 minus 1 over 2 is positive 1 over 2. So plus x squared over 2. And then the next one, as you can see right here, this negative x cubed over 2, positive x cubed over 2, they cancel each other out, so we can cross them out. And then we only will have this one, so we get plus x cubed over 3. And then there are more stuff going on, but then if we just want the first 3 terms, so just leave it. And that will be our final answer. So that would be our Maclaurin series for this function. So as you can see, the answer is right here. Okay, so that's it for this problem. Thank you for watching. Please share my video. I will see you next time.